From Russia to Mexico, there are hundreds of civilizations that have witnessed the growth of today's world. Now there are only memories of them and countless stories. Would you like to know some of them? Stay and discover them with us. So, my old sport, this is EdDevelop, where you will find the best scientific and similar curiosities. I invite you to subscribe and activate the notification bell to enrich your day every time we upload a new video. If you want to actively help us grow, consider our Patreon. Find the link below in the description. I assure you, it will be one of the best decisions you'll ever make. Now, it is time for the fun part. My old sport, I know it is hard for you to imagine a future in which the city of Tokyo does not exist, with a modern style and full of people, or that one day in the streets of San Francisco nobody walks, there are no big buildings, and there are no vehicles circulating. Then New York will be nothing but rubble of the Statue of Liberty's torch. Have you ever thought about what that would look like? But looking at the past, it is understood that it would not be strange. A simple reflection of what has happened over the centuries, the passage of man on this planet. Sometimes by chance, sometimes by carelessness. On the map of the world, there are dozens of great cities that today are only shadows of their former selves. Man began to build villages in the Neolithic period. Since then, millennia have passed with plagues, natural disasters, and wars that have subjugated some peoples. In this way, some abandoned cities fell by the wayside, leaving behind legends of death that chased away the settlers. If you want to know the history of these places, get ready to be amazed. Çatalhöyük. Can you imagine what it would have been like to live in one of the world's first cities? I present to you the oldest recorded city in the history of mankind. Located in Turkey, it is a lost city where the first huts were built and is now known as the Temple of the World. Did you know it? There, everyday activities such as hunting and collecting food and water began to mix with magical thinking in humans. That's nothing. Have you ever thought about how religion was born? Whatever it is, the proof of this was this civilization, as the remains of burial sites have been found dating back to 7,500 BC. The fact that these first settlers already thought of transcendence because of the need to bury their dead gives clues to the first signs of religious practices in the world. The city was abandoned for no apparent reason. My old sport, hold your horses. Before we go any further, did you know that this was one of the first cities with an egalitarian society? Yes, bone analysis of skeletons buried in Çatalhöyük indicates equal diets and workloads for men and women. Amazing, isn't it? Wait till you hear about the other cities. Dargavs. Would you like to be the first to challenge death by visiting one of his favorite places on the planet? Probably not. Known as the City of the Dead, this ghost town in Russia is tucked away in the Caucasus Mountains. It is known as a dreaded place because it is full of graves and crypts left to rot, as if it were a city of the living dead. Everyone wonders why people buried their loved ones there, but the reasons have been lost to time. For centuries, this abandoned city inspired fear in the people living around it. They did not want to go near it because they thought they would never come out alive. There were even people who claimed that this was their favorite place to leave their misdeeds, if you know what I mean. But don't worry, today it is known that it was uninhabited by a plague that wiped out most of the population. The survivors had to flee to avoid losing their lives as well. However, if you want to know the history of this place, you can visit it, and I assure you that you will be amazed by this place. Have you already found a new place to visit on your vacation? Then it's time to like this video and share it with your travel partner. Tikal. Another beautiful place to visit. In the north of Guatemala are the ruins of one of the most majestic cities of the Mayan culture. Here you will find the Jaguar Temple, a famous complex with an impressive ball game and cheese terraces that have remained new throughout time. Want to visit this place? So do we. And it's hard not to wonder how a city that dates back to before 900 AD could be in such good shape when it's located in a humid, forested area. Quite a mystery. I guess there are many curiosities that even we cannot decipher. Today, the site receives millions of visitors each year. It is home to some of the best examples of wild diversity in the world. Anteaters, wild cats, and several species of monkeys coexist with the architectural structures characteristic of Mayan splendor. Thonis. Do you love diving? Then this town is for you. During the last Pharaonic period, Thonis was the most visited port in Egypt. It was positioned as one of the most important trading points of the empire, although the worst thing that can happen to a civilization is that the sea consumes it completely. A few years later, it sank into oblivion under the salty waves. Nevertheless, it is known to have been a city at the mouth of the Nile. Opulence, glamour, and economic power characterized it for years until its fall 2,500 years ago. It is estimated that its weakening was caused by the expansion campaigns of Alexander the Great in the 3rd century BC. However, there is no certainty of this yet. What we do have certainty of is that it is now an imminence of history. To imagine that there was such a powerful city now resting in the immense sea is undoubtedly one of the historical wonders of the world. Palenque. A real treasure of Mayan history. The ruins of the abandoned city of Palenque are hidden in the rainforest of Chiapas, in southeastern Mexico. Yes, the same place we were talking about before. Would you dare to go? Bordering Guatemala, it is one of the most important archaeological sites in the country, containing some of the most representative vestiges of Mayan architecture and cosmology. The National Institute of Anthropology and History, INAH, lists it, along with Calakmul, as one of the most important cities of the Classic period. It developed as one of the headquarters of the Great Mayan Dynasty, which is why it became the center of cultural, economic, political, and religious exchanges during the years of the city's heyday. Today, it is not known for sure why it was abandoned almost out of nowhere. Have you been to this incredible place? Tell us what you thought of it in the comments. What do you think of these cities? Although it is true that these cities have long since ceased to exist, their history is still alive in the history of our planet. Moreover, the history hidden in these ancient civilizations is still more than 60% unknown today. So much history and so many decisive events for our current civilization make these places a true sanctuary for the imagination of those who visit them and enjoy their ruins. If you would like to visit one of these cities, don't just wish it. Start planning and get to know all these places. Who knows, you may discover other historical curiosities along the way. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Let us know what you think in the comments, or what topic you would like us to cover in a future video. My old sport, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. See you next time.